Today we'll be testing and ranking every single baseball brand, from popular brands like Bruce Bolden Easton
to brands you've never even heard of and everything in between.
By the end of the video, you'll know exactly what brands and products to choose to elevate your game. So let's begin.
Let's go! So first off, we have cleats and shoes from all different baseball brands.
So we start with Adidas. Woo! Let me explain these to you guys. So J-Rod released these limited edition cleats. We did a video last week about them, and not every Adidas cleat is this crispy clean, but I think this is a good representation of what they're capable of. For this video, we'll be ranking the brands as a whole. This will just be a representation of each brand. So each brand will be in a tier list, S meaning the best, F meaning the worst. So guys, what do we think about Adidas as a baseball brand?
Underrated.
I think Adidas is great. Better than Nike in baseball.
Tell us how much a normal Adidas cleat costs and how much this cleat costs.
Yeah, so a normal Adidas cleat, anywhere from $90 to $120. This one is $440. All the baseball cleats are kind of in the same price range. I think New Balance might be a little pricier for some, but ultimately I do really like Adidas from a drip factor, but also just, it was comfortable. I wore these, they were nice. Obviously, this isn't the only representation of what Adidas does, but I have an opinion. Do you guys want to hear my opinion?
Yeah, let's go for it.
I think Adidas is a B-tier baseball brand. I think they're good. I don't think they're A, I don't think they're S, but I think they're a B-tier baseball brand, and they're pretty solid.
These are some LMU batting gloves. I think I agree with Dan on the B tier because they're better than C, but they're not as good enough to be A.
Yeah, I think there's definitely better brands in total, but Adidas is good. And they also do a ton of other sports, so it's like baseball isn't their priority.
So the cool thing about this video today is we actually have a pro baseball player that's gonna evaluate each brand that we talk about. So let's bring Miles over here.
Miles! Pro baseball player! Coming off the bench!
We got the limited edition J-Rod Adidas cleats. Tell us what you think about these, and also tell us what you think about Adidas baseball as a brand.
These are absolutely unreal. I've never seen a shoe like this in my life. I love Adidas personally. I think they're super light, super comfortable. Adidas as a brand, I think for baseball, I'd put it in an A tier. I think they fit me.
So he went to UC Irvine, and they were an Adidas school.
Yes.
He just got drafted this year, 7th round to the Reds. This is a really good opinion, I'd say. What do you think?
What do you think about Adidas cleats to run in? Because I think they're the best cleats to run in. I think they're the most lightweight.
See, that's why I think I'm ranking it A tier, because that's like a part of my game, running and sprinting, and they're so light, and I feel way faster.
Another brand that you wouldn't really think about for baseball is Under Armour, but they do have Bryce Harper, they do have Juan Soto, so they do have some big players in the game. These are some old Under Armour cleats I just had in stock, but there's also a lot of new designs they have. I feel like they're more function over form, like it's a big feel thing for Under Armour. What do we think about Under Armour as a baseball brand?
I think they get the job done.
They're not going for drip on these, like Dan said. They're just trying to get the job done and make it most comfortable. And I think I'm gonna give them a B. Just Under Armour's an underrated brand in the sport, so you gotta show love.
Under Armour's got a lot of baseball players, so they're making some noise. I agree with the B evaluation.
Shout out Baltimore.
Pro baseball player, his opinion actually matters the most here. So let us know what you think.
I'm also gonna go B tier, super underrated, and Bryce Harper is my GOAT, and he's an Under Armour guy.
Another brand that you wouldn't really think of that aligns with baseball is Nike, but these are like the vapor turfs I used for like so many years when I pitched on a turf mound. But obviously Nike, when it comes to drip on the uniforms, that's their biggest strength. Obviously every MLB uniform is Nike, so that's kind of cool. But I don't know if I can give them an A tier, because they definitely just don't prioritize baseball the way other brands do.
Big Nike guy. I played soccer growing up, so I always wore soccer cleats. And as a goalie, I wore Tiempos, which is like Nike's like top line of soccer cleats. So when I play basketball, I love Nike basketball shoes as well. But for baseball, I'm sure they do the trick. I personally have not worn baseball cleats, especially Nike, so I guess I can't really talk about that. But for other sports, soccer and basketball, they hit the nail on the head, their shoes and their designs. I'd say, as I'm feeling the gloves, feeling the cleats, I might give Nike a C just for baseball and for their gloves, because I think there are other brands that prioritize baseball more and do a better job with promoting baseball than Nike, but all the jerseys are Nike, so we all love Nike.
There's room for improvement.
I just realized these are actually football cleats, because I didn't wear the baseball cleats when I pitched because I didn't like how they felt, but the football cleats I did like more, which kind of goes to show I think they prioritize other sports over them. I think I agree with the C. I think Nike is easily capable of being an S tier for baseball if they prioritized it, which kind of makes me upset because I think there's so much room to improve, but C tier for now. So now we have a very, very important piece of baseball equipment. I would even say the most important, in my opinion, is the baseball gloves. A lot of different brands here. We got a couple brands you may not know of and a couple very popular brands. Let's start with Rawlings.
Rawlings, I have to say, is the best glove brand in the game. Some people have a difference of opinion. They hook us up. They're the best. We love them. So as you guys know, we each got custom ETS Rawlings gloves. I have a pro preferred. Tony has a pro preferred. Dan has a Heart of the Hive.
Yeah, Rawlings I think is the best glove brand in baseball. It doesn't make them the S tier of all baseball brands, but I do think that puts them in the A tier category. If you're the best in something that's most important, I think you gotta be A tier.
Rawlings is an S tier baseball brand.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say it.
Wow, okay.
I'm just gonna say it.
Wow. If you have the name of a award that goes to the best position fielder. I think you're pretty respected, but besides that, like, leather's awesome, colors are awesome, got our faces on it too, so.
For sure S tier for gloves. I was thinking just overall brand A because they don't like do the jerseys or anything.
Perfect, yeah.
I mean, if there is an S tier, we might have to circle back to this because I think this might be S tier, but for now, I think A tier.
I'm gonna say S, but shout out Ball Glove King. You guys know him, fellow YouTuber. He broke in all our gloves. They're feeling great because of him. That honestly may contribute to my willingness to give Rawlings an S tier. Pro baseball player, what are you looking for in a glove?
A Rawlings glove is what I'm looking for.
Yes, sir.
Rawlings is the easiest S tier of all time. I use a Rawlings. It's my favorite glove. I'll probably never stop using Rawlings. It's just an all-out S for me.
Stick to the end of the video to see what ultimately is our S tier. We're gonna go through all the options. Rawlings is fighting pretty hard. Also some really great brands that we haven't got to yet. Rawlings is fighting, but we'll see.
So this is Liam's glove. It's an Emery.
Honestly, it doesn't look that bad.
I like how it looks.
Yeah.
Gifted from Michael Chavis, Emery. They're based out of Georgia, Atlanta area, and it's absolutely drippy. Like, look at those colors.
Another one we're forgetting we don't have is 44 Pro. Kind of reminds me of 44 Pro in the feel it has. I don't know if you guys would agree
I don't
with
know
that,
gloves
but
very well, but this has served me incredibly.
I like it.
Second glove we got, Laser Pro, Disarm, go for it.
Yeah, I got this glove, shout out Laser Pro. They sent me this a long time ago. It's a little small, but I like it that way for if I'm a pitcher, so I like the web a lot. They do some cool stuff. I don't think they do much else besides gloves, so for that, I would give it a C tier, but solid, cheap glove. I do really like it, and it's a cool little print here. Obviously not a Rawlings, but good for the bang for your buck.
And last glove we got is a Wilson A2000, a 1786 from high school. I think this is the only Wilson thing we have, but for sure, I'd probably just give a Wilson, probably B tier for sure overall.
Second that, I think B tier. Good, very good brand.
I think it's a B all around.
B's all around.
B's all around.
B's all around.
Okay, so this is my Aria glove. I use it all throughout high school, at least my junior and senior year. Serves me very well. I really like the Japanese kip leather. I think it sounds really good. I think it feels really good. You might not hear this from a lot of people, but I definitely like the glove. I'll put it in a solid A. Maybe because I'm a Jazz fan and I just love everything he does. They have so many cool customizations you can do with the web.
You can do the,
and the sliding wrist. Bryce has the Philly one. That one's sick.
The leather feels really nice. Maybe I just love the color and like love the design, like the look of the glove. I'll agree with an A.
Definitely more on the expensive side. So, but yeah, it's nice. So then we got the Jordan cleats. Big thing about these is I think they're pretty hard to find, and with the new generation, you know, you definitely, as they get older, they're gonna want to go to metal cleats. And it seems like with these, you can only really find them in rubber.
Helicopter!
Rate them, I don't see rate them a C because they're kind of flimsy with the rubber.
And
I like metal.
Jordan totally as a brand is probably a C2. They just don't do a ton with baseball. They only sponsor 5 athletes. This helicopter's still floating. Next up, we got New Balance, very popular baseball brand, especially because they have Shohei now, which is a huge spend for them. I think it's a big, they must have locked him down for a while because he's like on all of their ads all the time. And they're definitely making a big push to be the baseball brand. I don't think they're there yet. I think Rawlings has them beat. With that said though, I do think they're a strong B. The cleats are really comfortable. I used to wear them in high school. These look really comfortable. These aren't mine, these are yours.
Yeah, these are mine.
Are they comfortable?
Yeah, they're super comfortable. Sometimes, depending on which version you get, they can be a little heavy, but I think these ones right here are perfect for me. Strong B.
We're the Bat Boys, so it only makes sense that we're doing the bats. Let's do a little rapid fire on this tier list.
First up, I want to be the special guest to explain it.
Gabe, this is your bat?
Okay, so this is the bone saber right here. Use this in high school. I think it's really good. Definitely just a little end loaded a little bit. Good whip on the ball. Rating, I'm gonna give it a B.
B tier?
All right. Mizuno Generation. This bat, I've hit a lot of dumbbells with it. I remember it was my first BB Core bat and it was only $80. So I think that adds a ton of value to this. And I remember it had a little pop, so I'll give it a B tier. Look at those dents though.
Next up, we got a couple of DeMarinis 2-piece here. If you like 2-piece bats, I know they do that. How do you feel about DeMarini?
I'm gonna be honest, I've never hit well with DeMarini bats. I don't know what it is. I've seen people in games break these just off pitching.
I feel like for that reason, we're gonna have to put them in C tier.
But nothing against DeMarini, that's just my experience. This is actually my first hands on a Marucci Cat 9. I used the Cat 6, the Cat 7, and the Cat 8 in high school and after. There's always gonna be a special place in my heart for these bats. I hit my first homer with the Cat 7.
I'm gonna go ahead and put Marucci
A tier.
A tier, yeah, metal bat
These
wise,
bats are
put them in A tier. Next up, we got the Soldier Bat. Liam knows a little bit more about the Soldier Bat than me after hitting that home run in Oregon, but the drip is definitely there. What do you got?
This thing rips. It adds about 50 feet to every ball you hit.
So is that S
yeah,
tier?
I'm not sure about the legality of it, but for pure hitting baseball ability, S tier.
Old Hickory, a lot of big leaguers use these bats. I know Mike Trout and a handful of others, and of course they hooked us up with our very own Enjoy the Show bat. Shout out them. I'm putting them in A tier just because of the Enjoy the Show bat.
This bat is so lit. Shout out to the Bat King Victus for making it, and it hits absolute bombs. This is like a major league model Julio Rodriguez bat. Man, I love this bat and I hit tanks with it.
Love this one even more. One of two, the Bat Boys custom pencil bat. Victus is absolutely an S tier for me. Shout out Bruce for the designs, and then of course the quality is there as well. S tier all around. Bomb bats, I've actually never swung one of these before, but I have seen the viral videos online. They will not break. Miles just told us there's a metal rod inside of them. So for that reason, I'm putting an A tier. If you can't break a bat, I feel like that's pretty OP, but they are a little expensive.
Quantum bats, we just met the owner in Oregon. These are sick. I took a couple swings with it. Great balance, great wood bat.
They do ash, they do maple. I'm gonna go ahead and put them in B tier because I got the ash.
Elevate Bats, the first Caribbean bat manufacturer. This bat has always felt awesome. The white is so sick.
When am I gonna get the swing?
I hit bombs. Dude, go ahead, try it.
Oh yeah, that feels good.
Here we go. Bone Saber, I'll give it a B. DeMarini, A. Mizuno, probably gonna go in like C for me. Marucci, I'm gonna go A here. My little brother swings Marucci when he played. A. Old Hick, S tier for me. Love these. This gets an S solely off of the colors. This thing is absolutely sick. All the Victuses get S's for me. I swung it one time and I was absolutely mashing baseball. Max, one of my really good friends swings Max bats. He really likes them. So I'll put this in B. I've never swung it. Bomb bats for me are both A. I've swung them a couple times. They're great. They feel good and they don't break. I've never heard of quantum bats, but I just picked this up just now. It feels really good. I'll put it in B. And
made in DR.
I'm gonna give this A because I like the white and pink combo that we're rocking here. That's pretty sweet.
All right, so now time for the batting gloves. We're mainly talking about Bruce Bolt and Marucci here. As you guys know, we're big Bruce Bolt guys, so let's get into it. You can have the short cuff like this or the long cuff like these. These are Ketel Marte gloves.
He did a video about these gloves actually when he was playing against the Cubs. I wasn't a hitter. I mean, I was growing up, but not in like high school or anything, so I like how they feel, and I just hear really good things from people who wear Bruce Bolts. People like them because they're kind of like gardening gloves. That was like the inspiration for them. Gabe, you're a hitter. What do you think?
Yeah, they feel super durable. Like usually I don't even take them off when I'm running. I just like to slide them and just wear through a whole bunch.
One thing the brand is working on is they're building more gear and stuff, like shirts, shorts, all that stuff. They're definitely gonna be a player in that game very soon once the company grows, but for gloves, you gotta put these in S tier. You have to.
We already did Rawlings, but Easton is by Rawlings and they do the Little League World Series.
Rawlings owns Easton, so Rawlings is a brand, I guess, kind of technically sort of fall under it. Rawlings is like at A/S right now. I think these are just another thing that goes into the pile. Solid.
So Marucci for me, probably an A tier in baseball itself.
I'd agree with that, and they sponsor all of LSU.
They also been kind of getting into the drip game. They just posted a new promo video with a Lambo. That was pretty sick.
That is pretty tough. Yeah,
like,
and Marucci owns
Victus, Lizard Skin, Bomb Bat, and one or two other brands. So you kind of just got to give respect to them.
A tier for sure.
A tier, yeah.
So another hitting specific gear. Got the Kraken back grip. We also have Tiger Stick.
I got it right here, Dan.
Right there.
There you go, man.
Kraken's definitely doing a really good job with like bright colorways, incorporating Max into the branding and stuff.
Another cool thing about Kraken is it's a family-owned business. Kraken's owner, Brian, his son is actually a future college baseball player. Their goal with this was to really make a pine tar for his son and for other baseball players because they felt like the space was just missing something. For tar, like Kraken is the best in the game. For business, I'm just gonna say like B because, you know, they're focused on pine tar and they're doing their thing.
Oh, Tiger Stick.
What do you guys want?
Yeah, Tiger Stick's kind of OG. Yeah, I'd give him a C tier, but I'd love to hear some feedback on that because maybe people like Tiger Stick a lot, so let us know.
Now time for the sunglasses / accessories. As you guys know, we're big Los Reyes guys. I got the Max Clark shades on. They actually built this model just for him.
They're great and they're also more affordable because you have these more like legacy glasses brand. 100% is big in baseball, but Oakley, as everyone knows, is huge.
Big Oakley, big 100% guy.
I mean, you get what you want. You know,
exactly.
Sort of like if you want really good bang for your buck, Los Reyes.
But Los Reyes also has the good quality. There's something about wearing something and especially promoting something that you know like other kids can afford no matter of like what they're doing and what their situation is. That's why I kind of got to go with Los Reyes as an A tier, so that's my call.
I think so too, and I think also I would just put Oakley in A tier as well because if we're just looking at quality in general, those are quality glasses and those are dope, so I'd say A tier. 100% I'm not super familiar with, those are dope. They're all really cool. Depends on what you want. I'd throw them all in the A tier, and it kind of just depends on what your pricing strategy is. So ultimately we have decided we have our two S tier brands, Rawlings and Bruce Bolt, and then also we had our S tier bats over there, which is kind of a different category, but for brands in total, so let us know in the comments where you would put our brands and where you would change our list or what your list would look like in total. Comment down below.
We're gonna be giving away one pair of Bruce Bolts to a viewer, so make sure to comment your Instagram down below and you might win these Bruce Bolts. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to stay tuned for more Enjoy the Show Squad videos. Like, comment, subscribe if you're new, and we'll see you in the next one.
Subscribe.
Yeah.
Peace.
Follow Miles on Instagram.
Follow me on Instagram _Miles Smith. That's Miles with a Y, baby.
Run it up.
Go Reds. Cut the
They
camera.
call him Ellie Jr.